stationary guidon procedures, how to hold the guidon, how to move it around, and some other positions that you're going to need to know. So first things first, we need to know how to stand at the position of attention with the guidon. Your whole body is going to be just the position of attention like normal. Your left hand will be at your side. Well, here's what comes different. You have a guidon now. You have this big pole that you need to stand with. So first thing that we need to know is taco grip. You want to blade your hand, have a gap between your thumb and your forefingers. We have this guidon right next to us. It's on our side. The bottom of it is touching near the front and the right side of our right foot. So you're going to take your right hand in the taco grip, get it right there around the guidon so that your forefingers are around the front. You can see them in the front. We also want to make sure that the very top of the guidon, the spade, we want to make sure that this is flat to the front. We don't want to have it pointing flat to the front. So now, right here on the ground, we have a nice taco grip, a flat spade, and this is right against our side. We're standing up tall at the position of attention. One other thing that we need to know about stationary movements with the guidon is we need to also know the position of parade rest. We know how to stand at attention, we also need to know how to stand at parade rest. So, with the guidon, moving to parade rest is actually pretty simple. There's no moving on parade, it's just once you hear the final command of execution, parade, rest, you move into it. So here's what happens. Your feet, your left hand are going to be doing the exact same stuff that we normally do at parade rest. Going apart and standing with your left hand behind your back. But what happens is we have the guidon. We need to fully extend our right arm and get this thing out here. So here's what that looks like. Parade, rest. So when that happens, I'm loosening my grip with my right hand and I'm pushing out until my arm is fully extended to tilt this guidon forward. So once again, parade, press, and I tilt forward. It's 1 count movement. I'm done. I'm moving. I'm standing here. Parade rest. Notice I said we're loosening our grip, and when we move up, it's just a nice, soda can grip. Now, we also need to know how to get back to attention. We're doing the exact same thing in reverse. So on the command, flight or squadron or flight 10 hut, you're going to loosen your grip, pulling it back and sliding your right hand down. So what's happening here? It's a pull and a slide. Pull and slide. Back into the taco grip. The bottom of the guidon does not move. It stays in one place on the ground. If you lift it up or if you move it anyway, then that's how you end up dropping the guidon. You don't want to do that. Your left hand, your feet, they do the exact same things that we normally do at parade rest. The only thing different is on parade rest we have a push and a slide, and on flight 10 hut, a pull and a slide. That's the position of parade rest. The next thing you need to know is anytime you need to move with this guidon, you need to raise it up off the ground. We can't be dragging it across. So what we're going to do, this is a few counts. The first thing we're going to do is bring our left hand to our guidon across our body. We're going to lift up the guidon, and then we're going to pin our left hand. When we lift up, it goes about 6 inches off the ground. Now, with the lifting, what we want to do, instead of keeping the same taco grip, we want to transition over into strong grip. So what that looks like is we're going to move our thumb so that it is on the front of the guidon. We're going to move from an overhand to an underhand grip. So as we slide up, my right hand transitions down into this strong grip. This is much easier to hold while I'm moving around, and I can go do facing movements or anything that I need to do. Now that we're up here, you just halted, you just finished whatever movement you're doing, you need to be able to set the guidon down. So we do the same movements in reverse. Bring our left hand across the body, lower it, transitioning back to the taco grip, and then pin our free hand. We're back at the position of attention. Now that we all know all that, we need to learn some fun stuff. That is present arms with the guidon. On the preparatory command present, what you're going to do is using your right hand, raise it all the way to the sky, and grab the bottom of the guidon. That is on present. When you hear the command arms, you're going to lower it down in front of you so that it is flat, parallel with the ground, and then pin your left hand at your side. You're now having the bottom of the guidon tucked into this side, and you have your right arm holding it up. Now, we need to know how to get back to the ground. On order arms, on the preparatory command of order, we raise it back up, and then on the command arms, we're going to take about 2 counts. We're going to lower it to our side, grabbing here on with our left hand, and then lowering to the ground. It's okay if it hits the ground, makes a little bit of noise. You don't want to slam it, but you do want to get it down there in 1 count. You're back at the position of attention. Again, everything, you want the spade to be flat again. You want this bottom of the pole to be on the right side of the foot again. We're back at the same exact position of attention that we started with. We now need to know one final thing. Double time march with the guidon. You need to bring this off the ground, but it's going to be really hard to run with your right hand staying at your side, pinned on your leg. So what we're going to do, whenever we hear the command of double time march, all we're going to do is go from our grip while marching or from halt, and we're going to throw our right hand up so that our right forearm is bent 90 degrees, and our left hand will grab the guidon right in front of our heart. Let me show you what I mean. We're going double time march. Right hand comes, forearm parallel with the ground. Left hand is going to be right in front of your heart, so that the guidon is now a 45-degree angle. You have both hands able to control this. And then it's very simple to go back down. Just like we came back down from present arms, we're going to take 2 more counts again. We're going to bring it down, hit, and we're back at the position of attention. This concludes all of what you need to know for basic stationary guidon procedure. Some of the things we went over you're going to need to use while marching, but that's basically everything you can do stationary with the guidon. Thanks for watching.